Hello, my friend. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. This is a place where we talk about learning English in a slow, simple, and friendly way. A place where you can relax, listen to a story, and also improve your English. Today, I want to share something personal with you. I want to talk about my first English learning mistakes. Yes, mistakes, because believe me, I made many mistakes when I started learning English. I know how it feels to be confused, to feel nervous when speaking, and to think, maybe I'm not good at learning languages. But here's the good news. Every mistake I made taught me something important, and those lessons helped me speak better English later. So today, I will tell you my story, slowly and clearly, so you can understand and maybe see yourself in it. So, let's begin. Part 1. My first day learning English. I still remember my very first English class. I was a teenager. I sat in a small classroom with 20 other students. We had a teacher who spoke in a soft voice. She wrote the word hello on the board. It looked so simple, but for me, it felt like a magic word. When she asked us to say it, I felt shy. I whispered, hello, but I didn't feel confident. I looked around and saw some students speaking louder than me. They seemed more confident. At that moment, I thought, maybe I'm not good at speaking. Mistake number 1, comparing myself to others too much. Instead of focusing on learning, I was watching everyone else and thinking, they are better than me. I didn't know that everyone learns at a different speed. I didn't know that confidence grows with time. Part 2. The fear of speaking. In my first few months of learning English, I made mistake number 2. I avoided speaking. Whenever the teacher asked a question, I looked down at my notebook. I didn't want her to call my name. Why? Because I was afraid of making mistakes. I thought, if I say something wrong, everyone will laugh. But here's the truth. No one was going to laugh. In fact, they were busy thinking about their own answers. The only person judging me was me. I lost many chances to practice in those early months. Later, I realized something important. If you wait until you are perfect, you will never speak. You have to start speaking now, even if you make mistakes. Part 3. Memorizing without understanding. Another mistake I made was trying to memorize everything without truly understanding. I had a small notebook. Every day, I wrote 10 new English words. I read them again and again, but I didn't use them in sentences. I didn't practice them in real life. One day, my teacher asked me a question using one of those words, and I couldn't answer. I knew the word, but I didn't know how to use it. That day, I learned a big lesson. Learning words is not enough. You have to use them. You have to connect them to real situations. So now when I learn a new word, I always make a sentence with it. I say it out loud. I use it in my daily life. This makes the word part of my memory. Part 4. Focusing only on grammar. When I was in my second year of learning English, I made another mistake. I focused too much on grammar. Don't get me wrong, grammar is important, but I was obsessed with it. I thought if I can learn all the grammar rules, I will speak perfectly. So I spent hours reading grammar books. I could explain the difference between present perfect and past perfect, but when I tried to speak, I froze. I was too busy thinking about rules. Later, I realized grammar is like the engine of a car. It makes the language work. But you can't just study the engine. You have to drive the car. You have to use the language, not just study it. Part 5. Being afraid of native speakers. One day, I met a tourist in my city. He was from England. He smiled and said, "Hi, how are you?" And guess what? I forgot all my English. I just stood there, frozen, and said, fine, thank you. Why? I was so embarrassed. Why? Because I made mistake number 5. I thought native speakers were too advanced for me. I believed I could only speak to them when I was ready. But the truth is, native speakers don't expect you to be perfect. They're usually happy that you're trying. They don't care if you make mistakes. They just want to communicate. Part 6. Learning the hard way. I made many other mistakes too. Not listening enough to English audio, translating everything from my language instead of thinking in English, studying alone without finding a speaking partner, giving up too quickly when I didn't see results. But each mistake taught me something valuable. Part 7. The lessons I learned. From all these mistakes, I learned some powerful lessons. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is your own. Speak early. Speak often. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. Understand before you memorize. Balance grammar with practice. Talk to everyone, even native speakers. Listen more than you speak. Listening helps you speak better. Be patient. Language learning takes time. Part 8. A message for you. If you are listening to this podcast, maybe you are also making some of these mistakes. And that's okay, because mistakes are not the end. They are part of the process. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall many times, but they keep trying, and one day they can walk easily. Language learning is the same. So, my friend, don't be afraid of your mistakes. Smile at them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Closing words. Thank you for listening to my story today. I hope it helped you feel less alone in your English journey. Remember, I was once in your place, and if I could improve, you can too. Take care, keep practicing, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.